Hello everybody, it is Saturday the 13th of April. There's this question that I hear all over the place. Why do nations, especially Western nations, that call themselves Christian nations, why do they support war? Why do they finance war? Why are they supplying the weapons for war? Here in Europe, and obviously, why do Christian nations falling over themselves to support Israel in their war in Gaza? That is because that is what Christians are supposed to do. That is your place in the kingdom. You are doing according to what you were created to do by the kingdom. You were programmed to fulfill a specific function, and you're fulfilling it. That's why. Now, I want to show you this here, but before I go on, I want to read you a poem. It has been on my mind, and it fits so beautifully right now. And that is Alfred Lord Tennyson. Forward the Light Brigade. Was there a man dismayed? Not, though the soldiers knew someone had blundered. Theirs is not to make reply. Theirs is not to reason why. Theirs is but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Cannon to right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell. Boldly they rode, and well, into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. And that, darlings, is Christianity to a T. Fully paid up members of the Light Brigade. And that is your function, to do exactly that. Now, I had a comment under my last video. Somebody, firstly lecturing me on semantics, and then saying I don't understand, this new breed of Christianity. Where the mind of God is within you. The mind of Jesus is within you. It's not something that you worship, but it's something that is within you. Yes, I do understand that perfectly well. I also see that that is the problem. That is what is creating all the problems in this world. Well, first of all, like the mind of God. The mind, the will to have dominion. That is the mind of God, the God of the Bible. That is manifesting here in people. The mind, that mind is within them. They've become the image of that God. To subdue nature, to have dominion over the world, over this world. But that is only very few. Most of us, yes. We were given the spirit of the Son to have it within us. Now, let's just be very clear what Christianity actually is, because at the moment it can be a little bit confusing. Because you have these new ideas springing up, like the prosperity churches or the happy clappy crowd. Oh, God is love and my cup is overflowing, that sort of thing. For 2,000 years, Christians were the followers of Jesus, of the example of Jesus. They were the people of the way of the cross for 2,000 years. And the way of the cross is what Jesus taught you. To follow me to that kingdom on the way of the cross, you must deny yourself. You must hate your mother and father. You must hate this world. You must hate your own nature. You must deny yourself. You must deny your own nature, your own knowledge of good and bad. Yeah? And then say nothing unless you've been told to say it. That's what he said. I say nothing unless the Father tells me to. Yeah? I don't think for myself. I repeat like a parrot. And I do nothing, not for myself, only that which glorifies that kingdom. The perfect son to the will to have dominion. The one that doesn't make reply. The one that doesn't reason why. The one that just goes and does and dies. If needs be. In the end, self-sacrifice. The most glorious thing of all. There is the perfect son to that kingdom. Yeah? So, okay, we had for 2,000 years the old Roman way. It was told as a story, and then people were beaten into submission with a rod of iron, with unimaginable brutality at times. You know, for anybody who would think different or say different or ask questions, ask why. No, you know, you'll get burned with fire. So now, are we now at the point where you joyfully tell me we have a new spiritual Christianity, where the mind of Jesus has finally sunk in. And the people are now the mind of Jesus inside of them. They have become. Then the seed that was sown by Paul 2,000 years ago has finally borne fruit. When people become the perfect sons. And yes, Christian nations are breeding, raising that kind of a mentality. And it's now full untaken fruit. I hear it. I hear it at work. You know, all the badness of the world, but that is God's war. It's got nothing to do with us. We're not supposed to think about it. Don't reason why, whatever you do. Be the perfect lamb. Be the perfect lamb. And if you are called upon to self-sacrifice, you go and do it. Yeah? And a lot of us are riding straight to hell. See, there's two ways evil can thrive. One is those that are the mind of God, that have become the mind of God. But then, as David Icke and others before him said, the only way that evil can thrive is for the many to do nothing, to say nothing, to acquiesce. And that is the mind of Jesus. That is now within you. Glory, hallelujah. That is actually the problem. You've been made into a slave, into a mindless slave. Yeah, he knocked on your door and went in and he supped with you, and now your brain is no longer functioning. You switched it off. You're switching off all your other ways of knowing. You do away with fear. Yeah, the fear tells you about danger. No, switch it off. Forget it. It's not real. Do away with your anger. Anger is your reaction to injustice. No, forget about it. Forget about anger. Yeah? You cannot emotionally reason. You can no longer reason in your head. But that is your place. So yeah, Christian nations are the ones that will supply the mindless soldiers and the mindless slaves. Christian nations will send their sons and daughters to war for God knows what. Well, God does know what, yeah. But you don't. And again, yours is not the reason why. So just send them to the slaughter, to be sacrificed for the greater good, for the will of God. That's why Christian nations support, fund, and do wars, because that is their place. And they're being ordered from up high, from the godly ones. Yeah? And they will go and do it. And they will send their sons into the jaws of hell, without questioning it. So that's where we're at. I said in my video so often, yeah, if we do something wrong on a material level, once you do it, take it to a spiritual level, you're going wrong on speed. Yeah? And if you're now telling me, no, this is new wonderful spiritual Christianity, yeah? No, we do no longer worship the Son out there, but He's now within us. And He is us, and we have become Him. Glory, hallelujah. And then not seeing what the essence of Jesus actually was. Why He was the perfect Son. Because He made Himself a mindless vessel that will follow orders, no matter what. So you're saying His mind is now within me and I've become that. That's actually a problem. That is the problem in this world. People are becoming that. And the true human spirit is not like that. It's not a slave. It is capable of reason. A human being is capable of reason, independent reasoning. It has got a spirit of freedom within it, a human being. And it has got a survival instinct. It wants to live. A human being wants to live. And you do away with all of those things to become a son of the kingdom, to be used as cannon fodder. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.